Good Saturday morning. It's Patrick the Yoga Shaver. It's about, I don't know, 8:30, not quite 9 o'clock, I think, something like that here. It's Saturday, June 21st already. Christmas is right around the corner. Um, so today's shave is going to be, I did the review of Sacagawea last week, and I just want to do something vintage and relaxing today. As you all know, I kind of like vintage stuff. The shaver I'm going to be using is one I talked about in the video that I bought, and I had replated at Backroads Gold. But it's just an innocuous looking old type, Gillette old type, and this thing was not in the best of, the plating was in pretty bad shape, but it's pretty nice now. But on the, hopefully it'll pick it up, but it's an advertising razor gimmick. I don't know how you would say that, but on the bottom plate there it says use Ivory soap, and as an Ivory soap user, I use Ivory soap almost every day for bath soap, and I have for years. Anyways, we're going to use that razor, and in it we have a new Gillette Nacet, which is my blade of choice. And are all Gillette blades the same? I don't think so. I think a lot of them are really close. But this is the one that I prefer over the GSB or a lot of the other ones. And sticking with the vintage thing, we'll be using the vintage Williams shaving stick. This was made, from what I could gather, after 1960, before 1971. I don't know when they quit making them. It's really good soap, so we'll be using that for soap. And then to stick with the Williams, we've got the fishing reel. This is also JB Williams Aqua Velva. There we go. Pretty cool bottle. It smells like Aqua Velva. I don't know how to explain it other than that. I know it has a certain distinctive scents, but it just smells like Aqua Velva to me. And the brush we'll be using is a vintage Sims from Canada. This was redone by Timothy Abernathy. I've got a lot of brushes, as you all know. I do have a giveaway, and I'll talk about it later on in the shave. So let's get going. What do you think? I hope this finds y'all good and well. You're having a good weekend if you're there. Your week's going well if you've just started working. And I've had jobs where some days Saturday was my first day. So if you've never used a shave stick, wet your face with the stick, apply some soap. You got a little film going, and that's going to be probably too much. And I peeled the foil on this one myself, so it had never been used, which is kind of cool to me. Wet your brush, because we got a synthetic brush, no need to soak it. Just get a little water on it. Alright, start building your lather. That's about it. Should have enough for 3 passes here. Hopefully. I haven't used this stick in a while. I don't use it too often. I think we need a little more water. Okay, I think that's going to work. Pretty sure. All right, here we go, first pass. I think it's fixing to heat up here. We've been having a lot of rain. And it's quit the last couple of days. I finally got to come home and bale my front yard, or my yard. Or not really bale it, but I mowed it and there were some windrows. And I don't rake grass. I'm just not going to do that. Dug some potatoes, or all my potatoes, hopefully. I have to go back and check because I always find some that I missed. And normally when we plant, we get about half a 5-gallon bucket. That's about all we get. And we've been having some green beans and had some fresh green beans last night. All right. I have her up for pass. I feel like with these old type razors, the Gillette, my technique is flawed or something. I don't get quite as good a shave as I would like to get out of them. I don't know why. All right, here we go. Pass 2 against the grain. So what are y'all shaving with? Do you ever get hung up on a certain razor or a certain set, or that doesn't happen to me too often, but every now and again. It does. Dave was saying, Dave in Kentucky was saying yesterday that he was kind of hung up on, or not hung up, but he'd been using Ethos Grooming Dragon's Beard all week. Can't remember if he said if he's using the same shaver or not. Here we go for pass 3. Oh, I meant to talk about the giveaway already. Sorry. Let me get through this pass and then we'll do it. Alrighty. I've got several old types, but I really wanted one of these that had, used Ivory soap. I couldn't recommend Backroads Gold anymore. What am I trying to say? I recommend them. That's not how that came out. He did a really good job. Let me know on his website the processes that it was going through that week. Sent me pictures. Let me know it was shipping back. I think it was $70 with the insurance coming back. Well, I can't ever complain about that shave right there. Maybe it's all. Okay, before we put on aftershave, or I put on aftershave, y'all can if you want to, but totally up to you. The giveaway this week, and I'll let it go through Thursday or Friday, depending on how many people have gotten in on it. But I've got a choice I've got 3 razors, and I'll give you the choice of those. I've got a Everready 1924, also called the shovel head. It's a single edge. So we got that razor there. We've got a 1912, and there's some brassing there on the top cap. Also an SE razor. Jim, short handles things. And then I've got and I did not look at what, that's a 1964, I think, Gillette flare tip. And along with that, I will send this, it's a used soap, Mike's natural soaps, and this one is pine and cedar wood. So you got, that's quite a bit of soap left in there. Pine and cedar wood, I like it. I don't use it that much, so I'm going to try to give that away. So in the comments below, whichever one of these razors you would like to enter for, just put shovel head 1912 or flare tip, something like that, so I know that you're interested in the giveaway. Alright, let's put on some aftershave. Brings back a lot of memories. Everybody used to wear Aqua Velva. I guess not everybody, but lots of people did. The men in my family wore Avon stuff for the most part. My dad had some English leather that I detested, but anyways, it's funny now I love English leather. So let me recap and I'll get off here. How about that? So today we used the Ivory soap, Gillette old type. Refinished it. It's just silver plate from Backroads Gold. Very good to work with. Then we used the vintage Williams shave stick, the vintage Aqua Velva, and the fishing reel decanter, and the vintage Sims from Canada. A brush. Don't forget about the giveaway. Just leave me a note down below which razor you would like to be drawn for. And I will draw a winner this coming week, some point. And it comes with a soap, and I'll probably do a few more and just give one soap and a razor away. I picked these razors up for a little to nothing, in my opinion, like $6 or $7, something like that, and they're in pretty good shape. So mechanically, anyways, maybe not the prettiest things, but anyways, I'll get off here and let y'all go. Thanks for stopping and sharing your time with me, stopping by and sharing your time with me. Have a good rest of the weekend. Stay safe and healthy, and Lord willing, we'll see y'all next weekend sometime. Thank you much.